Welcome to H2O Podcast, where we dive into the world of automotive detailing, exploring the good, the bad, and the business behind successful ventures in this industry.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Hector over here at H2O Auto Detail Supplies in Covina, California. Today, we are filming the third podcast. We have the lovely guest right here.
Mike with Reynoso Auto Detailing, one of the sponsored detailers for H2O.
Yes, sir. Sponsor detail over here at H2O. You guys do know, you guys are able to shoot us a DM and then ask us if you guys meet the requirements to become a sponsored detailer. But, and all along, we do love everyone that shows up and shows us love, and I appreciate it for tuning in. Make sure you guys are like and subscribe, and make sure you guys tune in to any of our previous videos. We just posted a full electric detailing setup say about 2 weeks ago. Make sure you guys check that out. That's definitely something that you guys should be looking at and moving on forward with new technology. But getting straight into the podcast, what I want to talk about is you, Mike. Like how has your start been, and why did you get started? I know I made a video before on why you got started.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly, previously, but I really haven't gotten like too in depth into it. So, a lot of people know, I'm 20 years old. Like I haven't been detailing for too long, but I started pretty young. I started actually detailing 4 years ago when I was 16. Started really getting into it like as a hobby, as a weekend thing. Like really like detailing my own car, my family's car, and really enjoying the process of getting a car looking, from really dirty, really messed up, bringing it back to life. Like that's one of the biggest things that I loved about cars. And really, I grew up, loving cars my whole life. I was into Hot Wheels when I was younger.
Yeah.
I grew up, playing video games, car games, things like that. And by the time from 16 to 17, 17 and a half, I, all the time, just every weekend, I'm washing cars, detailing cars, outside in my driveway. It got a lot of eyes, It got a lot of attention. People driving by would just see me working, and they're like, "How do you get that car looking so good?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like.
But how did you do it? What products were you using?
So I started off, funny enough, when I was 16, I mostly started off with my local chemical guys. So I started off detailing with chemical guys, just the basic stuff, learning from their YouTube videos, and really figuring out and basically testing a bunch of different products, tools, because I was just getting into it,
And you were using the Diablo wheel cleaner?
Yeah. So I was using the oxygen-infused Diablo wheel cleaner with the air bubbles and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I started cleaning wheels with, all the safe products that I was just testing out. And then even then, when I first started, I didn't get the best results. I was still learning and getting the hang of it. But, learning from, chemical guys. And then once I found you guys, then I started learning a lot more about a bunch of different products and not just one brand.
No, of course. That's what we always try to do is we don't want to, we don't even have our own house brand. And we want to have a variety of products that you guys can try. And don't ask me which one's the best one, because I'm gonna say all of them are the best ones.
Yeah.
But most definitely, coming from a background of cars is definitely a repetitive thing that I see in a lot of detailers. But one thing that sticks out to me is the business aspect of what Reynoso's Auto Detailing has became too. How did you come about learning the business side of it? How did you make it into a business now?
Yeah.
Now you found the passion, but how did you make it into business?
Yeah, that's a good question. I get that a lot because it's translating from, just a weekend to hobby to business, it's a huge change, It's a completely different lifestyle change. It's a different thing. When you're doing it for fun, on your own time, it's so much different than doing it, being paid, trying to get it done in an hourly time. By 17 and a half, that's when I started seeing that, people were super interested and wanted to pay me for my services. And that's when it clicked in my head. That's when I realized, I was like, oh damn, I think there might be some potential to make some money out of this, doing what I like. I started doing it like, in my neighborhoods, family, friends, charging, started $50 for clay and wax.
And you were going driveway to driveway?
Yep, driveway to driveway.
With your bucket and hose. Yeah.
Yep, with a bucket and hose, connecting to power, water for my clients, and just hooking up. It would take me like 3 hours to do like a $50 job. Like everybody starts that way.
Yeah.
And I really started picking up from like other detailers. You should probably have packages like this, so you can sell and actually make profits off of a type of detail. Like set up services where like you have your clean seal, like a standard, a starter, like a mini detail, what they call it, or like an express service, like a full detail. And then once I started setting up those services, that's when I realized, okay, this takes this long, this takes this long, this makes this much money, this makes this much money. Mm-hmm. And that's when I started really, I guess, structuring services and getting into growing a business.
What are you looking to get more into your business? Like, now that you made your menu, you have your menu, right? But every chef has their preferred plate.
Yeah.
What do you prefer making? What do you prefer doing?
So for a long time, my preferred was clean seal because it's relatively easy, it's quicker, it's a really good profitable service, average between like $199 to like $300, So $200, $300 service, that's a great service. But recently, now that I've done so much of that, I'm starting to shift into more growing my skills and everything. Funny enough, one of my favorite things to do right now that most people don't like doing is like full interior details with like odor removal, like what I call it is my air quality reset.
Yeah.
And it's anywhere between like a $450 to like a $700 service. It's just in interior cleaning because we spend so much time in an interior removing like smoke odors, whether it's cigarette smoke, whether it's weed smoke, whether it's like a stain in the carpet that's been there for years that's creating an odor. It's a horrible problem that can ruin cars, and we're able to fix that and charge for it. I love doing that.
What kind of cars are you getting like for that service?
3 days ago, we just had a Chevy Colorado. Just regular truck, regular daily driver. We do like, honestly, funny enough, a lot of trucks and SUVs. So like trucks, like, just the regular Tacomas, Chevy Silverado, Colorado, Toyota Sequoia.
Are they like, what type of people, like family or like work?
It's usually like a work daily driver, like a family car where they have kids and they spill something, or daily driver that they happen to smoke in, and it needs a lot of work. And it's like they're either gonna sell it or they're either not doing the same things and they want to refresh their interior. It's one of the best services by far. So then
knowing that, and then you liking to do it, right? Because you want to do something you like to do. Like I know I've seen the clean seals being very effective. Because you're already, when you do a maintenance wash, there's a lot of people charging like $75, $200. And what is it? Another $100. You get 6 months of protection. So it was an easy selling point, and to make more money within 2 hours.
Super easy.
But now, now that you're doing interiors, now that you just told me you're like mainly like the work daily driver, I'm imagining someone like they do construction, mechanic, something where you're getting in and then it gets that smell from where you're working. It gets dirty.
Exactly.
It gets super dirty. Yep. Like you get off of work and it gets dirty, or even like the family, like having kids is definitely like something you want to reset, and you can't get that smell out pretty easy.
Yeah.
But in doing so, do you market that? Do you market towards the family person?
I recently just did start marketing towards that because at first it was like get your paint protected, to get a clean seal, this and that. But like I started marketing towards fixing the bigger problems because clean seal, it's an easy sell because it's a small service, $200, $300. But when you start marketing to like a bigger problem, that's a little bit more complicated to solve, that not everybody can do, that takes more hours. You can't just vacuum an interior and the smoke goes away. It's a more complicated service. I started marketing to that, to the people who need an odor removed, and I know how much of a pain it is. I've had a car that smells really, really bad.
Dude, my car smells bad.
Exactly. So it's like when you can fix that value is so much bigger. So I did start marketing, towards the daily driver, towards, the kid hauler, the workhorse, and that makes so much sense because there's so many people that we can help with that service.
Yeah, and it's like that one saying is, in order to be successful, you got to do something that helps someone else.
Exactly.
And another point is, everyone wants to do the clean seals. Everyone wants to do the paint corrections. Everyone wants to do the nice and shiny stuff on the outside.
Yep.
But no one likes doing, or not as much people like doing the interiors or promoting it.
Yeah.
We do it, but are we promoting it? Are we marketing it? Are we taking advantage that there's a lot more people that need our help in that aspect? And I think that's definitely smart, and it's like, ding, that's a light bulb right there. That's definitely a note that we should take account of, and yeah, be someone different, be offering something different. Maybe you already offer it, but you're not marketing it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably what's happening.
Yeah, most people offer it, but they don't market it, because they say they don't want to do the dirty work. Or, everybody says that. Everybody says that they don't want to deal with, dirty interior. They don't want to deal with all this and that. I'm like, look, honestly, it's not easy when we do odor removals. Like this past weekend, we're fully gowned up. It was actually battery acid. It's a tough odor to deal with.
Yeah.
It's, when you spill that in an interior, first of all, carpets had to be replaced. First of all, we did like a full steaming of an interior. We had to be completely suited up, gloves, respirators, eye protection. It's not, it's not easy work by any means. But at that point, you become, just instead of just a car washer, it's more like you're doing like an interior restoration at that point, And yeah, I understand why some people can say it's, dirty work. But if you're gonna be able to create a service where you can help people that much, you're in a service-based business. Like you're not like, yeah, sure, you're here to do, things that you like, things that you love, but the point is to service people, and servicing people with bigger values and doing more for them, like a service like that where not that many people can do it, like that's where the, bigger tickets are.
And then after that, so say, out of those interior disasters, what we'll call them, are they calling you back to do their maintenance washes, or just move on to the next new client?
So those, with every service, we always try to figure out a way where we can maintain it. And pretty much, we always can. Whether it's a coating, whether it's, we do a clean seal, whether we do an interior detail, you always have to maintain it. It's like, I'm not gonna let my client, just trash their car right afterwards. We do like a full interior cleaning and what's called our air quality reset, the full interior odor removal. So we will maintain it basically. If it's like they don't want to vacuum it and wipe it down like every other week, we'll do like a interior steam detail every 3 months.
Yeah.
Every 2 to 3 months. Like I have actually many clients that we see between every 2 and 3 months where we do a full interior steam detail.
To do it again.
Yeah.
Do it all over again.
Yeah. So
but it won't be as bad as it was the first time.
Exactly. So it's not going to be as bad. We're not going to be using odor treatments, but we're still going to be steaming down the interior, not letting stains build up, not letting all the grime, dirt, bacteria, viruses, smells build up. So in that case, you can maintain an interior just by steaming it every 2 to 3 months.
Has there ever been a time where you weren't able to get an odor out? Or like the client wasn't happy?
I don't know. I can't right now. As of now, to this day, there hasn't been a.
I don't want to take you to the dark times.
Yeah.
Those are always dark days.
So it's like when I first started and I was using like the Meguiar's odor bomb. Sure, like probably something like that happened. But since we actually started offering like our actual odor service detail, no, we haven't had that problem because now we basically trained for it. We trained for it. We tested in many different scenarios. We did tests for clients for free with different products. We worked in so many different ways and built a service that we have a checklist on that we do the exact same thing every time. We have our standard operating procedures for that service, and it works out every time. Yeah. Because we set up those standards.
In the hazmat, how much are you charging like once you get into hazmat? Because the battery acid is hazmat already.
Yeah. Battery acid is already hazmat. So if we're like, for example, walking into battery acid or mold or something like that, that's pretty dangerous. You have to wear respirators, things like that. Immediately, let's say our base price for this odor removal was $450 on this, sedan, Honda Civic. Usually, if it's something that we have to wear respirators and everything for, we're probably gonna add on minimum like $150 to like $250 to that.
Yeah.
Just because it makes it so much more complicated. It's dangerous to us. It's a biohazard. And then, for example, like if a client has a leak in the roof, water comes in or whatever, they have full coverage in their car, insurance is most likely going to pay.
Going to be covering it.
Yeah, insurance is most likely going to be covering it anyways, because if you don't get that done, the insurance will, DMV and everything, the state will label your car as a biohazard. That immediately will give you a salvage title.
Yeah.
So, they want to pay for it, if not the insurance, you want to pay for it to recoup your car, because if not, you're gonna have a salvage title car just for a little leak.
Yeah,
you're
right. And let's get more into that. Like, what do you need to get paid out by insurance companies like that?
What you really need, is, well, first of all, that you want to work, usually with a reputable company in the area. You should be registered as a company. Sometimes, they might want to see insurances. But really, the insurance usually is dealing with their client,
Yeah.
So which is, your client who has their car and their car is insured by this company. They're usually dealing with them directly. They say, okay, look, go find a reputable, company that will be able to handle the situation for you. And, send us an invoice, make sure that it gets done, the right way. And, let us basically send over any info, basically covering any, details as to what's going to be done to the car. Every insurance company is different. Different agents will ask for different things, but minimum, at least they want an invoice with actual services that were performed, time, date, everything
business
like that.
Name, business license.
Exactly, business name, business license. Yeah. They want to see that they're dealing with an actual business. They'll see the invoice, they'll cover it, they'll send it over.
Yeah, because then how do they know if it's you yourself that is detailing there? You send them an invoice.
Exactly.
But that's definitely another area that we haven't tapped in, or I know a couple people that's all they do. They do interior details. And I think you should definitely do whatever works for you. And it seems like you're super ambitious on like getting people's cars renewed, and already, like me on a consumer standpoint, I get into my car every day. Almost by the time you're done washing my car, because it's black, it probably gets dirty the next day. It's dusty, and the detail only lasted the day. The day. And sadly, it is what it is. Trust me, I wash my own car. I'm lucky that I do my own cars, because if I got a detail, I'd be like, yo, this thing's dirty again.
Yeah.
And but the interior is the one that's like, I hop in there, if it smells weird, then I don't want it, and I feel weird. But also, so you've been detailing for 3 years? 3 years?
So total, I've been detailing 4 years. I've been in business almost 3.
Business almost 3.
Yep.
4 years, business almost 3. And what's gonna be the next thing for you now?
Good question. Next thing for me, really, I do want to, continue to keep growing the mobile services and really focus, on making we have a mobile van, it was built by H2O, you guys built it very well. I just want to continue to make it more efficient, probably go electric, things like that, make it as profitable as possible, for what it is as a mobile detail rig. And then, start to offer a little bit of, I guess, for now, home services, building out my garage into a shop, taking in, paint corrections, things like, and, eventually start offering things like tint, PPF, and then, in the future, probably grow into a shop. Like, I always want to do a little bit of mobile, but I also want to do some shop work too. It's like, I don't think I can envision my future being like only mobile or only shop.
Yeah.
I love the mix of both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, because you can't stay in the shop all the time and not get tired of it. Like, you're gonna get tired of it. You go to the same place every single day. It's gonna get repetitive. So it's like, the mobile keeps it a little bit interesting. You go to different places, see different people. But then the shop makes it easier when you're doing bigger jobs, when you can keep cars overnight, when you're doing paint corrections, coatings, things like that.
Yeah, and sometimes you want to chill and be at your own shop.
Exactly.
And then be able to use the restroom whenever you want.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's the biggest thing. As mobile detailers, that is the biggest thing. Because it's like when you can't use the restroom, when you gotta, you drink too much water, you gotta go, and it's like you have nowhere to go, or you're stuck in this job site for the next 5 hours. It can get really bad.
That was one of my biggest fears.
Yeah.
Getting into the appointment and then realizing that I drank my coffee, but I didn't go to the restroom.
Yep. That's the worst, man.
But okay, now that we're on the topic of like do the stuff that we don't like. Okay. For you, this is his own opinion. Do not look. You guys got your own thing, right? But for you, was the mobile detailing career, did it meet your expectations, or how was it for you? Like you saw people doing it, and then you're like, yo, let me get into this.
Yeah.
Now that you're 3 years in.
Yeah.
Or 4.
Yeah.
We'll say 4.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Now, what is it like?
I think.
Would you restart again? Would you do it again?
I would do it again, but those first like 2 to 3 years, they were like some of the toughest times, like absolutely toughest. I think when I went into it, I underestimated mobile detailing. Like I thought it was gonna be more like car washing, simple things. It's gonna be quick and easy. I'm gonna be in and out, and like honestly, I really underestimated it. Turned out to be ton of workload. It's tons of wear and tear on your body. The hot sun and everything. And we're down Temecula area, so Temecula Valley.
It gets me.
Inland Empire, insanely hot. This year it wasn't as bad, but we're still over 100 all the time, over 100 degrees. It gets really hot. You're burning up in the sun. I underestimated it absolutely first starting out. But as time went on and I made, processes more efficient, I really focused on actually like my health, knowing how to keep my body cool, knowing what to eat, how to keep myself hydrated and actually feel good throughout the hot days. And then making the van more efficient. Like having a full rig and a setup where it makes it so much easier and efficient to get details done by working literally less, that made the biggest difference. So like this year, 2023, has gone by the smoothest, I would say. Like it's 3 years in.
Yeah.
This year has been like very good in terms of like now it's starting to ease off a little bit. I don't feel as bad physically. We're able to get things done without feeling like dying.
And focusing on another part of your business. Yeah, I definitely do see that, and it's stuff that you go through.
Mm-hmm.
It's stuff that you go through, but it's stuff that you don't have to go through.
Yeah.
Because, now you know what he's been through.
Absolutely.
And we talk about it here, and you take our advice with a grain of salt, and hopefully we help you out in between those 2 years. You don't spend those 2 years anymore.
Yep.
And we always stress about it, right? Look, we sell setups every single day. And to me, yes, we do make money off of it, and that's how we keep our doors open. But when I do tell you that it's an investment, and people always tell me on comments, they're like, yo, I would never pay for something like this. I'll never do. Everybody can do it themselves. Everybody can wash their own car, but you could hire someone to wash your car. But when we do tell you that, making sure you get that done first, and then you focus on what's important, which is your marketing, which is your own health. That stuff is super important. The marketing, having a time, and you've been doing a great job on like making those videos. Making those videos every day. I'm going on Instagram and seeing a video of like you explaining to me that service. You're not. I don't think you're going for that influencer title. I think you're going for that client that needs your help. And I think that's what a lot of people are being misled too. Is like, just because you're making a video doesn't mean that you're trying to be an influencer or you're gonna be that TikTok detailer. No, you're making a video because it speaks more than one picture. It speaks more. And especially when you're explaining your services, when you're explaining that situation, that own testimonial. And if we could have clients even talk about like how it was before, I think that would do good too. that's one thing that I did for H2O was in the beginning was a lot of testimonials. We still do testimonials where someone comes out and they got their full setup done and they explain their hardship before they got it and now how much easier it's gonna be. And that's something that in every business there should be a testimonial. Testimonial how bad my paint was, how bad my interior was. That's definitely a good point. And that's what you guys would always hear from me. I'm the marketing guy, so you're always gonna hear me talk about that stuff. And but before that, detailing was my passion. Detailing was my thing. But now me getting into more of the business side, and I love running operations day in, day out. And I feel like having people with you that have the same vision of making sure they get the job done right, and then I think that'll definitely make your business grow even bigger too. Because I remember do you have any employees right now?
I do now. Yeah. So now I do have a full-time helper. So he's on the team with me. So it's me and him in a van, running and doing the mobile details. So he helps out right now. His job is detailer. So he's helping out detailing. He's able to, do pretty much all the services now. He's over 2 months, I think, in now. We did a lot of training. We still, constantly train all the time. We're still training, multiple times a month. Every week he's learning a lot of new things. We're spending a couple hours, training on a different service, training on more things. And he's helped out, tremendously when it comes to the detailing aspect. And, my hopes is to be able to, have him, if I need to step out, for a day, he can, we can go out and handle some details.
Yeah, and then when getting more help, you obviously you need to make more money for the business. But you also had another stepping stone, another milestone, and I remember it was increasing your prices. I remember before when you told me your prices, before that, the prices were they were good. Yeah. But then now they went up more. Yeah. How did that work out?
Well, honestly, really, a lot of people, overanalyze and overthink price raises, especially when they're starting out in a business, slowly growing. People are like, oh, I'm already growing, I've grown this much, it's like I'm about to take 5 steps back just by, raising my prices and losing, 50% of my client base. Yeah. Realistically, I'd never had anything like that happen. Because I personally, I did a lot of price raises. So I've done lots of incremental price changes. A lot of people, they'll go a year or 2 years without changing prices, and they'll boost their prices up by 30%, 40%.
Yeah, go crazy.
To me, that's where I see the risk. That's where I see, you're gonna drop a huge percentage of your client base. Because at that point, there's gonna be a lot of people that cannot afford a 30% price raise, a 40%. Those are some big numbers we're talking. So really, how I did it was slowly, incrementally over time. For example, the mini detail I had. That one started off as an express detail. That one, it's pretty much been the same service the past 2 to 3 years. Yeah. But I started off charging with the express detail with that name for $50. $50. $50. So that was after,
Wait, is that the wash? Is that the maintenance wash?
So it was basically like a maintenance wash. So my first, 5 details was $50 for a clean wax. But then after that, when I actually set up my services, even when I set up my services, my starting was $50. It was an express detail. It took me over 2 hours. It was interior vacuum, wipe down, clean the glass, wash the exterior, clean up the wheels, tires, $50. I started off with that. I changed the name to, what did I change it to? I changed it to Premium Wash. I charged 70. So I raised it from 50 to 70. It's $20, at that point you're gonna lose some some clients who only washes, but it's not too many. It's not that big of a jump. It's not 50 to 100. Yeah. So I went from 50 to 70. I changed it to Premium Wash. That's what the name was called. From there, I changed it to Mini Detail. I jumped it up to 85. From there, I kept the name Mini Detail, and from 85 recently, I think like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, I jumped it up to 99. And this is for sedans. And now, I started off with very, very low prices, and I didn't have an efficient setup, so it took like 2 hours, over 2 hours. Right now, at 99 Mini Detail with the, a fully built out rig that helps out so much, and we're more efficient. That $99 service now barely just takes over like an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then I do get where the name comes from with the Mini Detail, because it's not a car wash.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Not a car wash.
It says right there, not a car wash. We're detailers,
Yeah, but it's like we're washing the car and everything, but
technically, yeah.
But to be honest, it's just you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference between the cracks and crevices between your seat, the McDonald's fries that you left there. You'll see the difference. And trust me, when you do this every other week, some people that do it every week, there's some people that do it every other week, you'll see the difference of how your car is gonna look when you're ready to sell it again. And trust me, the value is always there. And I see what you guys put in, and to do it in an hour, less than an hour, that's a pat on the back, because I know a lot of people that are still spending 2 to 3 hours. And yes, we could be charging $100 and you could be making it in 2 to 3 hours. But I think it's best when you focus on quality, but then also hurry your ass up.
No, really. Yeah, because it's like a lot of people, say focus on quality, like stop moving so fast. High quality does not mean a slow process.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a slow process just to produce high quality. Like, we still produce really high quality work. We have like total now like over 60 5-star reviews. We have a lot of clients that we see all the time that are very happy with our services, and we get them done relatively quickly now compared to what we did before. And just because we get them done faster does not mean we're losing quality. So we're increasing quality, and over time, with more efficient setups, with more efficient processes, we're able to get a faster service done. That's why we do increase price, because we're giving a better value. And at the end of the day, for our clients, a faster service is better for them.
Yes.
There's no reason why they should not be happy with somebody who does a faster service. It's like, look, for example, if we're like talking about a full correction and coding, this is hypothetical. This is don't take it seriously by any means. But if we're talking about like two detailers, they're both doing a correction and coding for $1,000, right? This client wants their car corrected, coded, they want to look good, they want to be protected. One of them is quoting 1 day and one of them is quoting 2 days. Same price. Who are they going to go with?
1 day.
1 day. It's going to be a 1 day. They want to get it done faster.
I can't afford to take 2 days.
You can't afford to take that much time. It's like you want to get it done the quickest, the fastest, but also get the best quality, the same result at the same time. That's why our increase in prices, they're willing to pay that, because now with employees, we have to charge a little bit more, because we're going to get it done faster, because the value's up there. And that's why we didn't lose a lot of clients throughout all of our price raises. Yeah. Because the value and the quality is always going to be up there.
It's true. Yeah. That's true. And this is a lot of great stuff that we're able to talk about. And trust me, I wish this stuff was live so we could get live questions. Yeah. But I appreciate you coming in to H2O. Keep on making the great content that you're making. And as well as like let people know where they can find you on like your YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, so you can subscribe to me on YouTube at Reynoso Auto Detailing. So Reynoso, Reynoso Auto Detailing, all lowercase. It's all together, no numbers, nothing else. And the same name on Instagram as well. You can follow me on Instagram. Keep up with the business on a daily basis, where you can see what we do, type of details we offer, content that we post. You can learn a thing or two. Same thing with the YouTube. We post a lot of things about processes, systems, basically what I do to run my business. So that's really helpful too.
Of course. So before we sign out, what's one piece of advice that you could give someone now that wants to start?
One piece of advice. Man, that's a tough one. I would say somebody that wants to start.
Wants to start, or there's someone that's doing it. Someone that's doing it, that needs that push. They need that push to like keep on going.
That need that push to keep on going? Okay, I would say if you need that push to keep on going, you know, really think about why you're doing what you're doing at the end of the day. You know, if you're, you know, just washing cars to wash cars just to make a quick buck, you know, it's tough to get through it like that. You know, if you have a reason as to why you're, you know, detailing, you know, you have a passion for servicing people, you have a passion for helping people out, you have, you know, you want to make money to feed your family. Like, the reason why you do, you know, the things that you do every day is what you have to hold with, you know, all the time. And that's what you have to think about, you know, every day, you know, day in, day out. Think about why you're doing what you're doing. And in that way, you know, you'll be able to actually plan and think about doing what you're doing the best so you can get the best outcome out of it, you know. But focus on producing the best quality, giving the best service, and always growing your business and never staying stagnant. You know, never just stay the same every day, always do better every day.
Okay.
You know, whether it's personally, whether it's your business, whether it's your service, how you talk to people, just being better every day is really one of the biggest things.
Do better every day. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in on today's podcast. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the upcoming videos. We will be doing a day in the life with Raynel, so we'll see exactly what he's talking about, these odor removers. Hopefully we'll see him in a hazmat suit or not, but stay tuned. It will be posted on this channel. But if also you guys want to check out his own content, make sure you guys follow him at Reynoso's Auto Detailing. You'll find him easy right there. He has multiple videos, and yes, this is his real voice. Don't ask me, don't keep commenting on no comments. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you.